All right, welcome back to the Dad and Buried podcast. This week we're going to be talking about summer break, which is looming for Pete and I. I know a lot of you already started that. We're going to get into it, some of the differences and what we do to survive it. If you're a new listener, my name is Mike. This is my co-host Pete. Doing my best not to be too mean to him this week. I really hurt his feelings.
No, you didn't.
I didn't mean it.
No, you just went on for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, you know what? When you have a point, you make it.
Okay.
Right? My dad's a lawyer. I'm also known as Dad and Buried online on Instagram. Recently got verified. We'll get into that in a few minutes. I have a blog, a Facebook page. I just talk trash about parenting and about my kids.
Yep. And you make memes. You spend.
I do. I make a lot of memes. You know what? I go where the people are, right? And then I cultivate.
Is that how it works? Or do you just throw stuff out into the ether and hope someone like?
Are you insinuating that I don't put way too much thought and time into my social media output? Because I do. In fact, that's even you would be better if you took the tack of me being too into it and calling me pathetic for that rather than acting like I just toss it off.
I was waiting for you to finish.
And you were going to do both.
Yeah, exactly.
Pincer move. Now who's being mean to who?
Well,
who's being mean to whom?
There we go. Let's give and take.
So everybody else, welcome back and thanks for joining us. We want to remind you listeners new and old, to support us on Patreon so we can keep doing this.
Yes.
I need to get some patches for my jeans. Pete really despises them.
I think if you saw the jeans, I think if everybody.
I told you, Mom and Buried. She fucked up the jeans. I like to really organically get some ripped jeans and live in them. Nothing wrong with that. She sliced some shit.
I mean, think of like a Muppet mouth every time you walk.
Everybody likes the Muppets. Literally everyone likes the Muppets.
Just your bare knee right
Literally
up to your
everyone
thigh.
likes the Muppets.
Thank
you for complimenting my jeans and my knees.
Yeah, because that's actually the number one fashion statement in 2019 is Muppet knees. Yeah.
Muppet knees.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? You ruined it. So we already have some supporters. Thank you guys. Chris Coleman, David Tuttle, MS Babayan. They're at the single dad tier, just a mere $2 a month. We got Barbara Geiger, a.k.a. Funky Fee, the dad bod tier. She's very loyal. She sent in some comments this week as well.
I like that she's in Germany.
It's a unique perspective.
It's cool.
Right?
We have, I was doing looking at the analytics. We have these towns in England are absolutely amazing.
Are they? Well, you would know, I guess.
Yeah.
One of these episodes, we're going to get into your upbringing.
We're going to go. Okay.
One of these episodes, we're going to go on. Look, if we get enough World's Greatest Dad Patreon subscribers, we're just doing on location in Hamford by Trent.
Yeah,
what are the dumb names?
No, exactly right. Exactly like Stoke upon Newcombe.
So a father figure, Julie McCarthy, my old colleague. Thank you, Julie, for humoring me. And the World's Greatest Dad tier, we got Sarge, Cole, I'm going to do it again, Wiedemeyer, although it's probably Wedemeyer, Mary Williams, and Mom Party of Two, who... she came out hard. She smashed the comment section for a while and then kind of retreated. Well,
thank you all, and we really appreciate it. And we'd love to read your name as well.
Yeah, we'd love. I mean, look, obviously we like doing this, but my wife doesn't really like that I leave all the time, and I'm not really bringing in any income aside from the few Patreons that we have so far to help us improve this thing. So we're trying to go worldwide, prestige worldwide.
So
right.
That's how.
Have you seen this? If you're a Patreon, you're going to get a behind-the-scenes video of what it takes to set up this place and what it looks like, and you'll be like, you will feel pity for us afterwards. All right, so recommend us to your friends. Rate us on iTunes. We have 30 ratings and a handful of reviews. We could use more of both. Only 5 stars positive reviews, because otherwise, what do you do? What's your point?
Come on.
This isn't Yelp.
I know. We have tens of listeners, so let's go.
We seriously do. You can watch, comment, subscribe on YouTube, and we have some merchandise. Yes. Pete came through. There's a URL here. No one's going to remember it. shop.spreadshirt.com/dadandburied. The link is on my blog. Yep. You can buy some stuff. You can't buy pint glasses. We're going to find a way. We're going to remedy that. They're the number one item for a Dad and Buried fan.
Is that right?
I'm guessing.
There's a mug.
I would drink a Dad and Buried. I'm not going to buy a Dad and Buried T-shirt.
Okay.
The other day, I wore my Dolphins hat and a Dolphin shirt without realizing I was doing both, and I'm like, I'm an asshole.
Did people
make
fun of you?
Some kid walked by and goes, "Go Dolphins!" And then I heard him walking with his friend, and he started talking trash about the Dolphins. So he was just trolling me.
Just completely trolling.
For a second, I'm like, "Hey, this teenager thinks I'm cool." Oh wait.
No, he just lulled me into a false sense of security.
I don't think any teenager at any time has ever thought I was cool, even when I was a teenager amongst other teenagers.
Were you wearing your jeans and your flip-flops?
I was wearing flip-flops, but not jeans. I was wearing shorts, flip-flops.
Okay.
I guarantee you he was into my rainbows.
You went full trifecta. Double dolphin.
Full trifecta?
Well, double dolphin and flip flops.
The double dolphin was inadvertent. And how does a flip flops make that a trifecta?
I think
it's not a uniform.
Flip flops in the city.
I know your dumb theory about
really
flip flops.
disgusting.
You know what? I love them. They're like slippers. They're comfortable.
But in the
they
city,
feel good.
Beach, great. Mountains,
guess what?
perfect.
I'm not scared of the city. It's my home. I love it.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe if you weren't scared of it, you would thrive.
I feel like that's why you're sick all the time, though.
I'm not sick all the time.
Yeah. Well, I am. Looking at your feet, it's disgusting.
You know, the truth comes out. It's not about my hygiene. It's about your discomfort with my wardrobe and my shoes. All right, look, we got some comments last episode, or we had 2 episodes last week.
Yeah.
So we had a handful of comments. We had the discipline episode, where we talked about how nothing works. Our friend Sarge said his 3-year-old has been trying to use timeout as an escape. At dinner time, he refuses to eat, and he'll offer to put himself in timeout and sit on his bed to avoid eating.
I mean, what's happening with this food? What's being served?
When I was a kid, if you didn't eat your dinner, like my mom would make me stay at the table
or just keep it
for hours. Yeah. Like I couldn't watch the Wide World of Disney or whatever was on at like 7, and then you just sit there with the spinach on the plate, and then you try to maybe choke it down without gagging.
Yeah.
We didn't use
but
vomit bowl.
Now it looks like Sarge's.
Well, he eliminated timeouts because
they lost that loophole.
Yeah, well, they lost their potency.
Yeah.
When their son just was like, "I'll do a timeout right now."
You know what, Dad? I'll take a timeout.
Yeah,
please.
it's like how when
for 4.
it's like when you're a parent.
Yeah.
And you just want some free time, like you're happy to go to the dentist or run errands. Yeah. You know what? That's what the kid was doing. I'll go to the dentist right now. My kids aren't there.
Okay. Wow.
So Burn Abbey.
Yeah.
Said that she doesn't think that you have a booming, yelling voice in terms of when you are disciplining your kids, but for some reason she thinks you have a great fear-inducing stare.
I think that's first of all, that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
That makes me feel bad for you, Pete.
Yeah, no, it's a horrible shit show at home. So, but what I will say to that is that it's not true because my kids don't even look up.
But it doesn't mean you don't have a fear-inducing stare. They just don't look
they
to
can't,
see.
I'm like trying to refine it, and they don't even know what's happening because they're too busy looking down at whatever.
Well, the 2 primary skills you need are the parent voice and the death stare, right?
Yeah.
Where like if you're in public, like at a restaurant, you can like.
I do.
I think I have.
I do
one
that.
of those. You can do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Just get that jaw going.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I literally. Yeah.
So we did 2 last week because the week before we didn't have any, and Sarah Dawn, who I think may be a new subscriber on YouTube, was very disappointed. She said her life was ruined, that we didn't have.
Yeah, that was kind of
very nice.
That was sweet.
I'm sorry your life is ruined, but you know, I'm glad that we play such an important role in it. You know what? That works out for us.
Wow. Yeah.
And she spoke a little bit about our birthday.
Yeah.
Our birthday episode where she said she's not as enthusiastic about drop-off parties, I think, as every single other parent on earth is.
Yeah.
But then she says it's because then she gets forced to take the other kid who wasn't invited to the party to like a trampoline or park or someplace else, which gets expensive. That's the thing. Like, my kids get real jealous of each other now. And if I give one thing to one, the other one starts going crazy because he wants it too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, come on. These kids are...
The rivalry thing's a little bit new for me. We should do an episode on siblings.
Let's do it.
Do that one down the line.
Yeah. And so Father's Day, we just did a Father's Day. It was obviously just Father's Day.
It was. Happy Father's Day, Pete.
Thank you. Happy Father's Day to you and all the fathers that are out there, especially the fathers.
Not the deadbeats, though.
Yeah, those guys, the ones that went
out
for
cigarettes.
Any
fool with a dick can make a baby. It takes a real man to raise his kids. I think Furious Styles said that in Boys in the Hood.
Okay. Well, that was
I've always thought that there's a couple of lessons that Furious relays to his child, who was eventually played by Cuba Gooding Jr. I don't know. I think that was outside. I think it was just a random lesson he gave him one time. But one time he said, "Always look another man in the eye. Make them respect you." I always remember that.
The one I think I remember the best was when he taught him the Pythagorean theorem. So the 3 triangles, and I thought that was really sort of meaningful.
Is it 3 triangles in the Pythagorean?
No, I mean the 3 sides. Yeah.
The 3 sides thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A squared plus B squared.
You got it.
Okay, so also, so MS Babayan said that she likes Father's Day except for it's actually on her birthday. God,
wow, that sucks.
That sucks.
That sucks for that. No, that sucks for her husband.
It sucks for everybody.
It does suck for everybody, but the birthday takes precedence over Father's Day, I think.
Well,
but her husband is. They have to decide in advance, like who gets
what are you gonna
the
do?
day.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, Like the enjoyment of Father's Day for him is gone
I
because
know.
he's got the stress of
I know.
dealing with her birthday.
But
It's not. Well, hold on. Is it always the same date, Father's Day? No,
I don't
it's
think
like
so.
the
It
third
just- I
Sunday
think-
of June or
I
second
think-
Sunday of June.
I think
This
just
year
so
it happened to fall that way.
but that's still a bummer.
It's
Yeah.
definitely a bummer. But she said she does think I'm maybe a little bit too mean to you. We suggested that maybe she was paying some funds to Patreon because she wanted me to use the money to get a new co-host.
Right.
But she insists that's not the case,
Yep.
Pete. She
Thank
says, I don't want Pete out. She wants guests to add to the crazy
Yes.
mix. Yeah, eventually
Yeah.
we'll have some guests.
Could get that extra
My
microphone.
wife is crowing about wanting to be on here.
Really?
You know what?
Wow.
Maybe you should concentrate on being my wife
Yeah.
first, okay?
Yeah.
We'll see how.
Really concentrate hard.
Let's solidify that
Yeah.
portion before we start adding
Right.
podcast guests to the mix.
Right. Yeah.
Jesus. All right. So this week we're talking about summer break. School is out for summer in just a week for us. I know it's out already for a lot of your kids.
Yeah.
We're going to get into the pros and cons and cons and cons of that right after this.
Let's do it.
All right, we're back with the summer break episode of the Dad and Buried podcast. But before we get into that, I think I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge that Father's Day was yesterday. You know, I saw Demi Moore on an interview with like Barbara Walters or somebody, and she used the word remiss wrong. I think she said amiss.
What was this?
I would
this
be
year,
amiss.
or was this like
No, this was
15
years ago. This is when
ago?
she was in like the Scarlet Letter, which was like a controversy because she was too hot and dumb for it or something. I don't know.
Wait a second. You're pulling up a reference about Demi Moore.
I've never forgotten the
Barbara
fact that she said
Walters.
I would be amiss. I think that's what she said. I would be amiss if I didn't mention, right? I think that's what she said.
Man.
She definitely meant to say remiss and either used it wrong or used the wrong word in its place. Yeah, this is how my brain works. This is what I'm talking about.
Good call.
I would be remiss.
Wait, you know what? You nailed it. You
If I
brought-
didn't mention that Father's Day was yesterday. Happy Father's Day again, Pete. You
Yep.
deserve it.
you know
You
what?
have more kids than I do.
I have
You're
a-
better at it. Just
Mhm.
in general, you have a better demeanor.
Everything.
Your
about-
temperament is more suited to raising children than mine.
You know what's interesting is that every time I walk in that door, I go to like a low 7.
Yeah,
Just like
yeah,
rage,
yeah,
like low
yeah.
rage 7. But yeah, well, thank you, and
You're welcome.
happy Father's Day to you, and happy Father's Day to all belated Father's Day to
Well,
all those dads
So
out there.
did you get anything good? You get some matching socks, a tie.
You know what? It was perfect. I got breakfast in bed, which was great. Eggs, toast, this absolutely gross chicken, like mint sausage.
it
Like
gr-
what? It was so.
It was a purchased sausage.
It was a purchased sausage that was
There's
just
weird
should not
flavors in it,
should not
yeah.
have.
There's
those
some weird
things
sausage
shouldn't have
flavors
gone
out
together.
there. I'm
So
not going
I-
to debate you, Jerry.
I had to.
I'm not going to sit
I had
here
to leave it.
and debate.
Oh, and then
So you didn't eat the sausage,
I didn't
but
eat
that
the-
wasn't your kid's fault. Did
It
they
was-
buy the
no,
menu items?
no, I think that was someone else's fault in the
Yeah,
household.
I'm
if you know what I
sorry.
mean.
I'm sorry.
But you know what? I could tell what the kids' contribution was the largest bowl of yogurt with fruit inside of it that I've ever had to eat. It was like an
You didn't
entire
have to eat
cereal
it. It's
bowl
Father's Day.
of
You can do whatever
yogurt.
you want.
I know, but
Remember, it's nationally mandated that your family.
I
That's what you were
know,
saying last
I
week. That
know.
your family
Has
celebrate
to
you
listen
the
to you.
way that you want.
do you know that I used that like 3 times yesterday? Like as a Trump.
It's a national
I
holiday.
Really,
Give me some goddamn respect.
I
I
was-
drive a drive.
I went to a barbecue. I was getting some shade, and I just was like, "It's Father's Day. Back off."
You
And
were
everyone was
getting
like,
some
"Oh,
shade
shit."
from your kids. You weren't like catching some shade so you didn't
Yeah,
get
I wish
sunburned.
it wasn't
You were
from.
using the slang term.
Yeah, it wasn't from my kids. It was from my lovely wife.
Your significant other.
Yeah, my SO, who was really shitting
Your
on me.
SO.
And I was like, "Don't do that, not today." And then my other dad friend that I was with, we banded together and we're like, "Yeah, back off. It's Father's Day."
You came at your wife together, or
Well,
both wives?
we were the
Or was it,
dads.
but
were
was it
getting-
you two against each of your wives, or was it 2-on-1 against your
No,
wife?
no. It was us two versus those two, and usually
Who won?
They
won.
every single time they win.
Yes.
And every other day, and this was the
60% of the
day.
time.
And they
it
didn't know what
worked.
to
They
do.
win every time.
60%.
It was a movie reference.
Okay, that seems
You're over
very
2.
low. That seems very low.
All right, so so we had a really busy day on Saturday. We went to the Dino Field Station Dinosaur in New Jersey, which my kids loved.
Okay.
And then we went to a concert, Death Cab for Cutie, which was a band I introduced my wife to when we first met, and she has sentimental attachment to it. I don't.
Okay.
we went, and the opener was a band we also liked, or an artist we also liked. So we were really wiped out on Sunday.
Yeah.
My wife, maybe a little more wiped out than me. She didn't wake up till say like 10:30, 11. I didn't get a happy Father's Day till like noon.
Oh,
so much so that I
nice.
thought she was mad at me.
Oh, wow.
I thought she was like purposely.
What a power move.
I maybe it was. The
It's
Lord
like a
works in
straight
mysterious
power
ways.
Move. Just like,
So
what,
I
you take
thought,
care of
literally
stuff.
thought, like I was waiting for the other shoe to drop for a while. Like
Yeah.
she's giving me the silent treatment. Like it's not like her to not make fanfare about holidays, even for other people. She loves holidays. She loves celebrating birthdays, even other people's. And I was just waiting for the other shoe to drop, where she was just gonna come at me with something that I did in her dream or some shit. I don't know. Didn't turn out to be the case. It was just real low key Father's Day, which is kind of how I liked it, but it wasn't great. It wasn't because of the gift. I got a cool gift from my kid. I got a 6-pack of beer I wanted for my wife. We don't have it. We're kind of strapped right now, so we're taking it easy.
Nice.
We did the event the night before.
Yeah.
It was fine, like relaxing all day. But I'll tell you, I woke up this morning, and it turns out overnight, I got a Father's Day gift from Instagram in the form of a blue check mark.
Wow.
Which means
You
I'm
really turned that
officially
story around.
verified.
For a second, I thought you were going to talk about something else, that you were getting a present.
No.
Okay. No, come on.
Let's be realistic. We've been married for 12 years.
Yeah, so you got verified. The little blue check happened.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, you
now
know what that
feel
means?
Good?
You know what that
feel
means?
Good? Nothing.
I don't even know.
I don't think it
I don't
means
think
anything.
anything. Some people think it's impressive. I got a couple of congratulations.
Okay.
I did apply a
from-
couple of times. It took a while.
From who did you get congratulations from?
I don't remember.
No one. And
A couple people messaged me. Hold on. Worth it, spelled with an E. I wonder if it's like a pun on her last name.
tight.
Worth it 37 said, Mazel.
Mm.
Such a big achievement. That was nice. If there's somebody else, I in a little story I did on Instagram this morning from the bus stop, I said something about having gotten a blue check mark and then, having forgotten to do something. And she wrote to me, celebrities, they're just like us. I
But
said,
you-
no, please don't. I'm not a celebrity.
No. Well,
Not yet.
have
Not
you-
yet.
Not with those.
Not
with-
yet.
Not with those jeans. You're not.
You know what?
You gotta-
You know what? A celebrity, these are celebrity jeans. It's the
Mm.
kind of jeans that only a celebrity can pull off.
Ah, okay. That's
Which is
one
why
way-
I'm not pulling
that's
them
one-
off.
Yeah. No,
But I'm
right.
saying, if
one
I
way to
were a
look at it.
celebrity, it would not be out of bounds for me to wear these jeans. Have you seen some of the stuff Lady Gaga wears?
She's a fashion icon, and you have just been verified.
And it's, you know
as
what?
an Instagram.
It's fucking
It's right there. We're right in the edge.
real next to each
Okay.
other. Real next to each other. Doesn't even make sense.
Doesn't matter.
All right, so let's get into the topic.
Let's do it.
So
All right. So summer.
I said I did a little story on the way back from my kid's bus stop. The story was about how this was the beginning of his last full week of the
Yeah.
year. So here in Brooklyn, he's got this full week, and then next week,
Yeah.
2 days or a day and a half, and then we out.
Yeah.
And then it's just 2 months, a little bit more than 2 months of just nightmare. Like I'm unemployed right now, which means I'm at home
Oh my god.
with these kids all summer. Somebody said to me,
Ugh.
the same thing is happening to her. And I said, that's literally the number one reason I need to get a job. She said she's unemployed. Chandeliers, I'm unemployed. I'm half excited and half terrified to be home with the kids. But because of doing home projects and her not bringing in any income from being unemployed, they have no vacations planned. So she needs to figure out some like activities and day trips and stuff. And I'm like, I'm in the same boat. I am going to be forced to fill their time.
How about camp grandparent?
I'm not looking forward to it. Well, we're going to get into that because a couple of people brought up
How
camp.
about like
grandparent.
how about like camp?
I can't
explore
do
the
camp.
subway?
My grandparents are too old. They prefer the baby of the family. There's a lot more low maintenance. My kids can be pretty high maintenance now. We'll go there for a few weekends, maybe use the pool. But during the week is the issue,
Yeah.
right? During the week is
Well, so what happens when I think in theory the concept of I find myself thinking, oh, it's summer. Oh, cool. Like I feel like,
well,
oh,
it's
great.
ingrained into you from being a kid.
It's
You feel like
ingrained,
there's less
and I'm like, oh,
responsibility.
that's
but
great.
to be fair, at work things maybe are a little bit more lax. Maybe there's summer Fridays, that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. But
Depending on your business, a lot of times summer is a little bit slower. August can be a pretty dead month. A lot of people take vacations.
right. But I think that with school, I always find myself forgetting that it becomes a scheduling nightmare.
Oh yeah.
We've got the kids in camps, but all of a sudden, every week it's different.
Oh yeah.
Different.
So somebody
Two
said
people
that.
have 3 kids. They're now in 3 different drop-offs at 3 different times.
Megan
and
Burzell says that she's got kids doing day camp. She's dreading new schedules.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of times they're in like different camps, which all start like for I'm not even saying like your 3 kids are in different camps. I'm saying like for 2 weeks your kids are in one camp, and then 2 weeks later they're in a different camp, which is different scheduling.
Brother, I have 3 different camps at all 3
Hogan?
different times. Yeah. This shit is for real. Oh, and the best is, yeah, I'm making making sandwiches. Like, oh no, you don't make sandwiches this week because sandwiches are part of it. And you're like, fuck.
And you're like, I got an extra
God damn
sandwich
it.
right now to smash it in my face. So someone mentioned that. So the filling the time is the challenge, right?
Yeah.
For me, because I don't like to do things. I certainly don't like to bring kids places.
Right.
And a lot of people suggested the things that they do to fill time. So Funky Fee, our friend, said she actually asked her son about his plans, and he said he wants to spend a lot of time at the public pool and watch TV all night long. Remember when you were a little kid?
Yeah.
And like watching TV
That's
all night
great.
long was exciting.
Hey, if you're out all day, why not watch TV as long as you want? As long as you're doing something like
I'm
during
not
the day.
talking about her. I'm talking about the little kid. She doesn't want her little kid watching TV all night.
Why not? Who cares? He's out all day. Swimming.
He deserves a break.
Yeah.
He's out all day doing, having
give
fun.
him a
He deserves a break by just
Exactly.
staring in front of a screen. It's called go to bed.
Okay.
Rejuvenate yourself.
Rejuvenate yourself. You rejuvenate yourself.
I wish I could. It's over
My
for me.
God.
I'll never catch up on anything. I'll never have energy for the rest of my life.
I know.
So Alicia Leanne Pate, hope I nailed that, said they've been on summer break since the end of May. That's what I said. A lot of people, especially down south or middle,
we got to
middle
stop
of the country.
this. We have to fucking stop getting out of summer break like in May and then going back in fucking August.
No, it depends. It's
What
a
is
different
no,
because it's too
it
hot.
doesn't depend. I don't care. It's stupid.
It's the
doesn't
climate-based
make
thing.
sense.
So why?
It
Maybe
goes
our way doesn't make
Memorial Day.
sense.
Really, it's Memorial Day, Labor Day. That's been like that
Yeah, I
since
know,
the
but
1820s.
Is your kid out of school yet?
And I just made up that.
Is your
fact
kid out
right
of school
now.
yet?
No,
Exactly. So
but I don't care.
I don't
good.
understand. You're complaining that she gets out in May, but you're saying the traditional
Because
summer break should be.
I think it should be the
Well,
way.
ours are the kids who get screwed. We get a full June.
What are you talking about, screwed? I think we're just talking about how bad summer camp is.
No, I'm
and
saying
now
not for
they're
us.
they're
We're
in
talking about
school.
kids. The kids would be better off if they had June, July, August off. The parents would be better off if they didn't have any summer break.
Right. Well, that's
be honest.
But the worst. Okay, so now let's say you want to take summer break. Now, your Labor Day, which is a major tent pole in the year.
Well, you can't
here
wear
in the
weight after
US, You
I know
can't.
that much.
All right, listen. You can't. You schedule your holidays around it. It's like you usually take a week off. Guess what? You can't do it anymore because the kids are going back to school on like the 21st of August, or not even.
Well,
like, they're
so
going back
last
the
year we went
15th
on
of
we went on a
August.
cruise the last week of
What?
August, and I think we missed a couple of days because we're like, guess what? This is more important than the first
I know.
day and a half.
That's
of
what
dumb
I'm saying.
school.
Is like you have
Sure, but-
peak summer, and the kids are going back into school in peak summer.
But hold on,
How does
there's-
that make sense?
But there's peak summer. It varies by region, which is the whole point of why some guys get out of school in May and go back in August.
So why are you going to go back in the high heat of August? What
Because
sense
there's
does
air
that make?
conditioning in the schools, and maybe not everybody has it at home. This
Outta
is a
here.
ridiculous fucking topic.
Well, it's really messed up. Connecticut.
You're not
Philly-
even making sense.
What are you talking about?
So you don't think it makes sense for different regions to have different
Absolutely
school
not.
schedules based
Everyone-
on the climate?
No, everyone should just go May.
You're like a fascist.
Am I?
Yeah, a little
I think
bit.
I'm a realist.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, you're not talking reality.
Okay. Well, why not? Because I'm talking dates up in here.
I'm talking
Memorial
here.
Day, Labor Day.
So someone here was telling me about what their school situation is like. They said they have like a year-round balanced schedule, and she said that they just had 8 weeks off, June and July,
Yeah.
and then at the end of July they go back to school.
Okay. Okay.
Here we go. Eye of
I can't.
Jana. We are in the middle of Indiana. Our school has a balanced calendar. Kids get 8 weeks of summer break from Memorial Day to the end of July. Part of me loves this short break because these people are insane. Other part of me wishes they had more downtime. What's your school calendar like? My school calendar is almost exactly like that,
Yeah.
except it's the end of June to Labor Day.
Right.
Right.
Which
But
is
she's in
better.
Indiana. There's some fucking reasoning behind it. You're saying it's as dumb as like daylight savings time. And
Correct.
It's, right. I don't know enough about it. I do know that in the South it has something to do with the weather and the heat. But you clearly don't care about people below the Mason-Dixon line.
I don't, unfortunately. All I can think about are those beautiful, beautiful children and those beautiful summer vacations that get ruined by having to
No,
go
they
back.
just get scheduled differently than ours do.
Nah, don't schedule. No, get out of here. The water's freezing in May.
Not down there. I'm going to North Carolina next week.
No.
It'll be fucking like a bath. I
Well,
go to the Cape at the end of
yeah,
August,
and
and
that's
I'll
in
be
June.
freezing my ass off.
And that's in June. In May, when they get out, it's bloody.
It is not.
It's
It
cold.
gets warm there. It starts getting warm in April. The water heats up.
Yeah.
Do you understand that, like, the more south you get in this country, the warmer it gets because it gets closer to something called the fucking equator?
No, I don't understand that because
Clearly
I never
you
learned
don't
it.
understand
I never
it.
learned it.
Yeah, you're right. You grew up in England where there's no
Exactly.
fucking weather.
Where it's all
It's just
rainy
all
the time.
gray and
Yeah.
fucking rain.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. What a tangent you brought us on. The fucking scheduling.
I
You
really
got your fucking
I
dander up
really,
about that.
irritates me to no end. Yep.
You're a weird dude.
I don't know about that. I think it's just really irritating. That's it.
Whatever. Okay, so we're talking. What were we talking about? So we're we're talking about filling time. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get over that. Filling time. So Apotovin says season membership passes to museums and amusement parks are a godsend.
Yeah.
Then he or she says we also go to the beach at least once a week. Kill yourself. Bringing kids to like I like being at the beach.
'Kay,
Bringing
where did
kids
that
to the
come
beach.
from?
It's just it's a
Kill
it's
yourself?
a slang phrase.
Okay.
I'm not being sincere. I don't know you. I don't know if I want you to die.
No, but what are you reacting to? The beach?
Yes.
Going to the beach for a week?
Going to the beach. No, she says once a week.
I'm
We've established
this
that I
is
don't like
insane.
logistics, right? Packing shit, bringing shit, carrying shit to the beach, having to park, and then walking to the fucking sand. You have all this gear. Then there's sand and everything, and in your car. I hate it. Give me a pool any day.
Okay, so you're gonna.
I'm going to the beach a bunch this summer. I'm just saying
okay.
I hate it.
You're gonna keep your family from going to the beach and having the
I
best
just
time
said
of
I'm
their
not going to do that. I'm nothing if not a martyr. I will
Okay.
bring my family to the beach and complain
life.
the
Okay,
entire
good.
time.
Good. Finally.
That's
Yeah.
what a good
Yeah,
dad
that's
does.
What he does. That's true.
You have to be disgruntled so your family knows
Yeah.
how much you're doing.
Would
just
you look
for
at this
them, what you're
traffic?
sacrificing.
Oh, and the traffic. The summer traffic. Summer beach traffic.
I do my best to avoid the traffic,
Oof.
but yeah, I'm not a big fan. It's scary to suddenly be
tough.
stuck in the middle of traffic, no end in sight.
You know what I realized about traffic? I don't care if everyone stopped, but what is absolutely soul destroying is when someone
can
is going.
see-
When someone
oh.
is going and you're stopped. That
So like if you're the last person that gets stopped at like an accident,
if you're stopped in any lane and there's a lane
Oh,
right
yeah.
next to
well,
you,
then you
and
switch
it's
and that lane stops.
of
the next
course,
one moves.
and it just
the way it
it's
goes.
soul destroying.
So Stephanie Kennerson, listen to this fucking
Yeah.
list of shit she does to fill her days with her kids. Library, splash pad, day camp, jump and bounce, which I assume is like a
yeah,
Monkey
trampoline.
Joe's,
Yeah, yeah.
Bounce University, road trips, farmer's market, lunch at grandma's.
All before lunch at grandma's.
I'm assuming
Wow.
those are various things she does to fill different days.
Yeah.
Lunch at grandma's can't fill all that much time though.
Well,
What is she making?
I mean that sounds like
roast pig?
That sounds fun for the kids, but man, that sounds exhausting.
But see, that's funny. So I made a comment here that sometimes just doing anything with kids, like they're easy marks.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and they just want to get out of the house, and you do something with them, and they'll be like excited by like doing some dumb shit. Then they get a little older, and they realize like shoe shopping is not exotic. Like, this isn't gonna be fun for
Yeah.
me, right?
Going to the grocery store kind of loses its luster.
So Holly_Hammond5, who comments a fair amount, we've
Mhm.
mentioned her before. I think this is something a lot of moms feel. She says, "I'm the fun." Like she's responsible for entertaining her kids.
Right.
Swim beach parks. And she said, "Oh, swim." That's not actually one thing, although a swim beach park sounds pretty fucking sweet.
Mm-hmm.
She says they swim, they go to the beach, they go to parks. And she said this is when she started day drinking, just like doing all that mindless crap
Yeah,
with your kids.
yeah, you got to.
This is what I'm scared of:
yeah.
going to the playground, the park. I don't
So-
want to do that.
I can just imagine, just in your hot apartment, just sitting with your children, and then all you're
know.
doing is just yelling at them to stop running around when all you have to do is just
So
let them
much
go outside. Ugh.
screen time, right? And by the end of it, they're like rage monsters.
Yeah,
Like at the end of
yeah,
the summer,
And
because
you're
it
just like
changes their brain waves
Yeah,
and makes them
and
miserable.
you're 10 times a rage monster they are.
Oh
and
yeah,
it's
no.
just
By like day
yeah.
3,
Yeah,
it's just
it's
a
like a-
fucking cycle. But this is all the different stuff you have to do. And
Yep.
like you said, like Get Up Angelita said, I hate all of it except a few days here and there when my parents take the kids. Otherwise, she's like, they're at an age where I just don't really like them that much,
Yeah.
especially when they're together.
Right.
My kids are like that too, like
They're
button heads like
fighting.
crazy.
Yeah, they're
You got to get them out of the house to burn
Yeah,
some energy.
yeah, yeah.
But taking them out of the house is a huge pain in the ass.
The suntan lotion. The suntan lotion.
What,
It's-
putting it on?
yeah,
Yeah,
every
this is what I'm
day.
saying about the
It's
beach,
really-
man.
Oh, not just the beach, anywhere. Anytime they go out, you get when it's like.
No, it's only if you
70s.
really care about your kids.
Oh, okay, I forgot about that. But then there's camp, right? There's the actual.
We're not
like,
doing camp. Obviously, I'm unemployed, so it's dad camp,
right.
which is what I'm not looking forward to.
Yeah.
I know your wife will put on a hell of a mom camp.
But why don't you just find? Do you go to a spray ground? That's a
A
real term.
spray ground,
That's a
or
real
like what,
term.
like Brooklyn Bridge Park.
Yeah, like Brooklyn Bridge Park, or
Well,
like.
see, this is what I'm gonna have to
it's
do.
a playground that has water,
yeah,
basically.
Yeah,
that
I know where a
sprays.
few of them are.
Yeah.
There's one right near us. My kid will
those
just
can be
fucking
fun.
run back and forth.
Yeah, exactly.
Then I gotta bring them places. This is the
Alright,
problem. Don't you
wow.
pay attention? So camp, it's really expensive, especially in the city. Somebody here, Feli Devi, who lives in Brooklyn, says she can only afford camp twice a week for half a day.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's expensive, right?
It
The rest of
is.
the time she's stuck with the kid.
It's so expensive.
Which gets to be a lot. I don't care who I'm stuck with. I could be stuck with Jesus, and he'd be annoying after a couple of days, right?
Right.
Just
You'd be like
me
this
and him,
guy.
fucking button heads.
And you'd be like, wine, no IPA.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
That's all you can do is just the wine. Come on. No 90-minute. Come on.
So, but a lot of people do the camp thing. Somebody at my bus stop, I asked him what he was doing this summer, and he said his daughter goes to fucking sleepaway camp for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
She's 8. I'm like, my son would never do that
Yeah.
in a million years. I couldn't even hack it when I was a kid, as I said last
Right.
week in the Father's
I
Day
remember
episode. I
you
was
told
too
me that.
young. But that's amazing. It must be such a vacation. Super Tressa says sleepaway camp even for just 1 week.
It is.
Love it.
It is. It's
Are
a
you
big
doing that?
deal.
Are your kids doing that?
They've done. Yeah. So
God, I wish I had
the
gotten
older
that.
the older one has done. So the 11-year-old has done 2 sleepaway camps. We're having the 8-year-old do sleepaway camp this year with a friend. They got to do it with a friend.
Yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
didn't do it with a friend, as
Yeah,
we learned last week.
Yeah, there you go. And then that eases them into it. But my oldest is doing a month away
Amazing.
in Saratoga.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I say that with all sincerity.
Yeah.
I'm
well,
happy for you.
She's nervous, but I think she's gonna
Take
be
your
all right.
life back.
You know what I'm really worried about? I'm worried about that she's gonna come back and just be like, kind of
Older.
all knowing, and just like
Oh,
start to be
well,
like, hey, Dad,
yeah.
you know what? Like your text, the way you have done
Yeah,
it, it's like
that's
this is garbage. And, like,
inevitable.
start rewiring things and just
Well, that would be awesome.
yeah. Well, it wouldn't be
She's
awesome.
like Bob
because
Vila?
No,
She's
she's
gonna
gonna start. No, she's gonna start like taking over.
She's
and
like
just-
a DIY.
she's already-
I know the situation in your house. She's already started.
It's already there. I mean, she is. We've raised a corporate
It's
mergers
probably
and
it's not
acquisitions
going to be
lawyer.
long before she files for like emancipation from you and your mom.
Yeah, and then take all of our money.
yeah. She's
and
gonna be living in
and
like an
then-
apartment in the
yeah,
village.
Exactly.
100%.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She's gonna know
Not
how
after
to do all that
camp.
stuff.
She's just gonna. The wheels are gonna start turning.
Well, that's the problem. We're sending into corporate mergers and acquisitions.
So
camp.
listen to this shit, right? So Stanford Mommy, who is a funny mom memer on Instagram, who I've known, we've interacted a handful of times over the years. Connecticut gal. She said that she's sending her kids to summer camp, and she might actually sell one of the kids to pay for it. But listen to this story. She said, in February in Connecticut, I assume the Stanford area since her name is Stanford Mommy, she waited outside on a line at 4 a.m. At 4 a.m. in February to sign her kid up for one of the 20 kindergarten slots for the only affordable camp in Fairfield County in Connecticut. She said when she got there at 4 a.m. in February, there were already 17 people ahead of me who got there at 2 a.m. This is not fucking Black
Wow.
Friday, which is reprehensible in and of itself.
Yeah.
This is February. What's that, 5 months before camp?
You gotta know. You gotta get your shit together. How long is the camp for?
She said
A
one
month?
guy went to his car to warm up and tried to get back in his spot after, and he almost got killed by the angry mob.
No.
Like he was like, hold my spot. I'm going to go in my car so I don't fucking die
Right.
or like lose a limb from frostbite.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let him back
Yeah.
in.
Hey, guess what?
It's like one of those
They're
hands on a
freezing
hard
their
body
ass off.
competitions
Yeah,
where you have to keep your
exactly.
hand on
Yeah.
the truck to win it.
Yeah.
She said they had hand warmers. One guy brought a tiny fire pit to keep him warm. People do not mess with summer camp here. I said, holy shit. She told me that story, and I responded. I said, holy shit. She said, yeah. By the way, sign-up started at 9 a.m. They got there at
I
4.
was
Some
gonna
people
say,
at 2.
Yeah.
She said when she got to work, she made her boss take a vodka shot with her,
Wow.
like at 10 a.m. And I
Yeah.
normally you would be like, no, but she'd been up since 4. She gets to work 6 hours in. I could see that being like, I'm taking a shot. It's not 10 a.m. to me. Yeah, I've been through the war.
I'm kind of interested in that dynamic, that
I said-
boss employee dynamic.
Well,
It's
me-
like,
me
you're
too.
taking a shot with me. He's like, what?
I said
okay.
this is the worst
What's
story I've
happening?
ever heard.
Yeah. That is pretty horrible.
Is camp worth it? I guess you'll tell me when your daughter gets home from a month.
It definitely is worth it. I mean, she's done
It
the week
sounds like
the
a
week
nightmare.
sleepaway, but you got to be on it. You definitely have to be on it.
Yeah,
and
I know.
actually,
I'm not good at being on stuff.
when you're on, my wife has handled all
So,
of it. So
Baguera 8 I hope I pronounced that right. So she says, and this is reminds me of my kid, right?
Mm.
She said her son has cancer, so he can't do much, right? My son thankfully doesn't have cancer, but she says he has cancer, but he can't do much. But the clinic has a sleepaway camp, but he won't go. It's the only thing he can do because of the limitations of having
Right.
cancer, and he won't do it. My kid won't do shit either. Like, he doesn't like to do anything. He has visions in his head of just sitting around and playing fucking video games all summer.
Right.
Like, if we have like a lazy Sunday, which we do sometimes, like yesterday because we were
Mhm.
out late on Saturday,
Mhm.
he knows he's getting away with murder, like in terms
Right.
of screen time.
Yeah.
We're in bed. We don't give a shit. That's
Yeah.
what he thinks is gonna happen,
For
just
the whole
like
summer.
for the whole summer, and we can't allow that to happen. That just creates a goddamn monster. But then again, I'm pretty lazy. You
Yeah.
know what? That's the
And-
balance that you strike as a parent. Like, something that's good for you in the short term could really damage your kid.
Yeah, like-
for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
And you got to do something that's negative for you in the short term
Right.
to make sure your kids end up better people.
Yeah, like doing drugs around them.
Yeah, right. Let them know. Scare them straight. Just get blacked out, drugged out in front of them, so they're like, I don't want to be that
I don't
guy.
want to be that guy.
Right.
Or just, wear ripped jeans or whatever.
Yeah. What a fucking traumatic experience. I have an individual sense of style.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
else?
so yeah, no. So yeah, dad camp. If you can't, we're
Dad or
doing
mom
we're
camp.
doing little dad and mom camp.
Oh, so this was
happening.
interesting to me. Berkshire Love Letter says, I homeschool because I'm fucking insane. And then says, enjoy my regular life, breakers, yelling at all the people who have summer break who are now
Right.
going to experience what they experience. But
But
is there a summer for homeschool kids?
Mm-mm.
Is there a break? Or is
There
they
is,
do it
yeah.
all year round?
No, I'm sure there's a break where they're at home. They're just not in the room that they designate as the
So
the
Berkshire, I'm
learning
going to
room.
guess she's a woman just because 84% of my followers are women, as we established. But I don't know for sure. So she's not really speaking like. She's just saying, I'm going to deal with summer the same way I deal with kind of the school
You know what?
year. I'm used to it in a way that you guys aren't.
She's
in
kind
your
of
face.
she's kind of glad that all of us have to now live her life for
Right.
2
But
minutes,
she
you know,
still
for
has
summer.
that shitty shit happening in the summer, too.
Yeah, but that's all she got. She's like
Just
having
easy for
it's like
her.
having more kids. It's her one way to look down on everybody, but good for her.
Wow.
Yeah. Get
Throwing
it out.
stones at Berkshire Love Letters.
Well, I mean, I don't know what she's gonna do. What do you do for camp? Maybe you should send them to camp.
Well, She Wolf 214, who I know lives in the Brooklyn area, she says that she's stocking up on liquor to prepare for summer break, which comes down for us again
That works.
early next week. And
Yeah.
I mean, any parent that doesn't have
You got to do.
some kind of stress reliever in the house at all times, whether it's summer break or not,
Right.
you're struggling. You're gonna fail.
Yeah.
Millie Bosch 84 says she dreads hearing them say I'm hungry and I'm bored.
Oh,
Non-stop. I'm hungry. Give them something to
I'm
eat.
hungry.
I'm bored. Give them something to
my
do. I'm
favorite
hungry.
response.
over and
my
over.
favorite response to
Only
to
boring
when I-
people are bored.
only boring people are bored. No, it's when I'm hungry. It's like, oh, we'll have some of these or have a yogurt.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely don't want that.
No, but
Have some fruit.
I thought your
Nope.
favorite response was, "Dad, I'm hungry." To say, "Nice to meet you, hungry. I'm Dad."
No, I'm not.
That's the
there.
classic
I'm
dad
not,
joke.
I'm not,
I don't do
I'm
that
not
shit
there
either.
either. I'm not. I don't do that. What I do is I go eat the
Do
fuck.
do. You said do do.
What I do
You said it again.
tight. Is I make them eat the yogurt. That's what I do.
You just fucking force it down their
Just-
gullet. Waterboard them with yogurt.
Yeah, eat the yogurt with, and then I make them a cereal bowl size full of yogurt with all this fruit in it. That's just mystery fruit.
You're making me nauseous.
I
Just
know. Well, I'm
mystery
just-
fruit. What's mystery fruit?
I don't know. There's like a melon in there. It was like there's no business. Melon had no business
I
being.
don't
in
know a
this
lot about
fruit.
yogurt. There's no melon yogurt.
Oh my god, Mike! Get your shit together.
I don't eat yogurt.
Get your shit together.
You can do melon yogurt if you want. They do everything.
Literally, that's
no-
insane.
There's no like tropical fruits in yogurt.
There is
There's
some,
strawberry.
but
So why is it insane?
well, because melon is really a gross. That would be a gross flavored yogurt.
My brother has a friend who they were like at my house, and my brother said, "Hey man, you want some cantaloupe?" And his friend goes, "Cantaloupe? That's not cantaloupe. That's melon." That's the whole story.
Wow.
you
Sounds like
didn't know the
you
word
really-
cantaloupe was the joke.
You really grew up in an exciting household. It sounds like.
You know, it was a friend we brought over. My brother brought over
Okay.
Tiger, not Tiger Woods. Just somebody who
I was
was.
gonna say that actually could be.
So here's an extra piece of frustration that happens to me in my house. Right. So during the summer, the sun sets later. The days are
Oh
longer.
yeah,
right?
going to bed. Oh
So
my God.
Shamarette says she dreads bedtime because her kids can hear the neighborhood kids playing outside, which is something I dealt with as a kid sometimes.
Oh yeah.
C.R. Wilkinson says it stays light out so late they never go to sleep.
Yeah, it's like 9 o'clock, and you're like, no, it's not.
The
Just-
hammer, when we're trying to put him to bed, will
Yeah.
be like, the
Yeah,
sun's up.
yeah, and you're
Like
like-
literally, like,
yeah.
you know what? Who cares?
It's not
Go to
up.
bed, Hammer.
Yeah. It's not up. Don't worry about it.
I certainly don't give a shit
Yeah.
about whether the sun is up from your perspective or not. It's
Exactly.
fucking 8 o'clock. Big Little Lies is coming on.
Well, the other thing is
Not on
also
until 9.
you get the other end too, where the sun rises at 5 in the morning, and everyone's like, "Oh, well,
Oh,
it must
no.
be.
I've been dealing with that for
must
weeks.
be summertime.
Yeah,
must
they
be
gotta-
time to get up."
They get up at 5. They come in the bed. They argue. I'm
Ugh.
wide awake by 5:30, angry.
I hate it.
It's not a lot of fun.
We do blackout. We put these.
Yeah, I
blackout
know.
on.
You've mentioned that before, like the hotel.
You just gotta
curtains.
do it. You just gotta. I don't know. Well, I got to do it because I can't have these kids.
I'm
waking
thinking about
up.
putting a chain on their door so
Yeah,
they can't.
There you go.
Right.
Just lock the door.
But then the rattling and the yelling.
Yeah. Well, then little spacers, little like cushion spacers, really deaden the sound.
So you're traveling a little bit when school ends, correct?
We've got a couple. We're going on a couple. We're going to the beach for a little while.
beach.
The
Where?
beach. The Jersey Shore.
We're
Yeah.
going to North Carolina, where our friends, very generous friends, let us crash at their beach house for a week.
Yeah.
Not the Outer Banks, but a different part of the North Carolina coast.
Yeah.
My kids are really excited.
I love it. Summer's
It's like
great.
a 9-hour drive,
Yeah, that's
10 plus with stops.
Well, you're no stranger to 10-hour drives.
yeah, no,
you
we do
always
it a
go down
lot.
there.
Well, last time we went to South Carolina, this is a little bit closer.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Put some miles on that car.
no, we're coming up on 100. Yeah,
Well, you got to watch out for it.
no, not this day and age.
Yeah.
You can get over 100 pretty easy.
Well, do we do everything?
Knock on wood.
Summer, we got everything.
I don't know. Did
Home
we?
all day? Yeah. Yep. No routine. Yeah, exactly. So I think we got it. So yeah. So thank you.
No,
for,
you know what, Pete?
For
Thank you.
sharing us with us today.
Well, you know what? I'm verified now, so you should thank me at the end of every episode.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Mike.
Nate,
for
you
being
should
very-
too.
Okay. So we should. Is
You're
there
in the presence of greatness.
is there a greeting that we should do?
Your eminency?
Okay. Got it.
Would it be your eminency or your eminence?
Let me think. Oh, you know what? I don't give a shit. So
Wow.
I think it'll be whatever the hell I
The
want to tell you.
turntables have turned in terms of who's being more mean to
That's
whom.
true. You know what?
this week.
I got my second win now. So
Oh, good. Good thing
Right
you
on.
saved it for the end of the episode. All right, guys.
All right.
We'll be back. So subscribe, comment, watch
Yes.
YouTube. We need some ratings, 5 stars, and some reviews on iTunes.
check out the
We
merch.
need some cash on Patreon. And go to the merch. shop.spreadshirt.com/dadandburied. Was that right?
Yeah. Wow. And I do want to just say, a special thank you
Fucking
to all of our
crushed that shit right there.
to all of our patrons and everyone who's following us. Thank you so much. We really
do
it.
appreciate it.
And we love having this conversation. And God, more than anything, I think we just love shitting on our kids.
I really
I
enjoy
feel
it.
so good after this.
Do you? It's like
Yeah.
cathartic.
Yeah, it really is. And then
I
go
do it all
home.
the time,
I'm
like on my
20%
blog and on
higher.
Instagram. So
Yeah,
this is just same old shit for me.
yeah.
That's why I'm so good at it.
It's because those memes, they just flow through.
You
the
know what? You
body.
like mocking my memes. You know what? It's called fucking verified.
Tight.
Somebody likes my memes. It's whoever the name of the person who owns Instagram is, besides Mark Zuckerberg.
Look at you. You've done a good job, buddy.
Somebody saw a photo of me, and I made a joke about how some people think I look like Paul Rudd,
Yeah.
and he said, "You look more like Mark Zuckerberg," and I just deleted my account.
You just walked away. You're
Yeah,
like, that's
I just
it.
lit a match.
That's good.
I
Yeah.
verified. Guess what? Doesn't matter.
Shut it all down.
Yep.
Shut
I
it
just
all down.
totally canceled out the verification as being told I look like Mark Zuckerberg.
Exactly.
Guy's like a fucking robot.
Okay. All right.
He's like a
all right,
lizard.
All right. We don't need to get into it that much. So
Oh, you're scared of the wrath
no,
of Zuckerberg
I
if he
just
finds our
the story is
podcast?
going nowhere. I feel like.
Wow. That's
All right.
brutal, man. You really.
Yeah.
I think I really awakened something in you.
Yeah,
last
you
week.
did. I think so. No, but we'll get into it. We're gonna do some more topics coming up.
We are gonna do some more topics.
and
That's
we're
what
gonna-
people want to hear.
We're gonna get into it.
We're gonna do getting help from nearby, free
Yes.
help. That'll be
Family,
one.
family, living near family versus
Sibling stuff.
yeah,
I think we
sibling
got to do. We
rivalry.
both
Yeah.
have siblings. Our
Yes.
kids have siblings. We'll deal with that
So
shit.
that'll be good.
Um,
Let us know.
Yeah. Any other topic
Comments,
suggestions, please?
Shoot 'em our way.
Anywhere you want them.
All right.
That's the way you got them.
Cool. Thanks, everyone.
See ya.
See ya.
I don't know why you would still be watching this isn't a Marvel movie, no matter how much I look like Paul Rudd, which you can deny it all you want. It's there in the eyes, I think. I'm young looking like him. If you enjoyed the podcast, which you obviously did or you wouldn't be listening still, sign up on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you want to listen to. Comment here on YouTube, subscribe, hit that like button. We want to hear from you, comments, questions, dirty jokes, money, all the money you can give us. We'd love it all. Catch you next time.